all 5 in plus territory. When we're going in to put points on the board, 2 of them obviously directly led to touchdowns. They all, to the best of my recall, led to points. And so you're not going to go on the road in a tough environment and give yourself any sort of chance. When the turnover battle is 5-0, you put a 6th one on the ground that we recovered and expect to win. So a lot of things came off of that, which made things look pretty ugly. I thought, to be truth be told, defensively, the first drive, they had 2 penalties that gave them 25 yards right out the gate. We gave up a touchdown. I thought they did a nice job in the first half. The score was not indicative of how this whole thing was played. The turnovers in the first half are indicative of why the score was the way it was. And in the second half, the dam broke a little bit at times there. But, again, we got to buckle up. This is a loss. That first half was ugly. We're going to have to make a lot of corrections from it. But we're going to have to be ready to move on. We're on a big stage next week, and we're going to get a chance to redeem ourselves if we can handle things the right way.
Zac, 17-3, you're driving with less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Do you think a chance to double up and back in this second half?
Yeah, I mean, it's 17-3. We've been in some of these games over the past several years that I'm thinking of as we're going through that moment, and we just want points on the board. Love the touchdown. Field goal be great, and then use all the clock, get the ball to start the second half. Obviously, we had 2 turnovers there in quick moments that gave them a bunch of points. So that was a tough one that set us back there.
Zac, what do you think is going wrong with the running game right now, and how much does the lack of that force you guys into a lot of tough spots?
Yeah, I mean, when we're playing from behind, they're just chomping at the bit to tee off on us. In the pass rush and in the run game, there's a lot we have to prove in the run game. It's not pretty right now. We're not going to run from that. We've got to really identify where we're going to be in the run game, what we're going to hang our hat on, who we're going to run behind. I mean, there's a lot of that going on that we got to really sort out and identify our problems and be able to correct them on the run and during the course of the week.
What are you seeing from the offensive line right now?
Well, this is a collective effort. I didn't see the line have 1 turnover today. Okay, I saw a bunch of other guys have 5, so I didn't see one of those from the linemen. So very clearly, this is on the entire team. That first half, the offense really struggled. We did not put our team in a great spot, and it's as simple as that.
Almost, do you feel like it was just one of those games where they just all happened to happen, or was it something?
Well, we were loose. I mean, I saw some. First and foremost, we weren't great with all the things we talk about. And so if you're not going to do that, they're a team that hunts the ball. They do a great job. They had one 55 had one last week. Eric Wilson punched one out in a very similar situation with Atlanta. Atlanta had a big play. They're going to score. He punches it out. And so for us, there was a lot of those today where, we put 4 of them on the ground. They got 3 of them. And it's good from that sense. It's not a good thing. It's a little bit of a wake-up call that the turnovers are going to get us beat at this stage, obviously in the season. We've done a good job avoiding that in the past in terms of the fumbles. Today it got us, and again, we got a lot to work on, a lot to improve on.
What did you see on the pick six, the first turnover?
Harrison got underneath. He's trying to throw it to Chase, and Harrison got underneath it and tipped it, and it was picked off. So he's in scramble mode, trying to make a play. I didn't talk to him in depth about what he saw from the backside, but I saw Harrison get underneath it and tip the ball up, and so from there, it's a big play for them.
Is there anything you need to say to make sure one loss doesn't snowball?
No, we've said what we need to say in the locker room. I think realistically, we need to look at why this game got away. You're going to hear me talk about these 5 turnovers over and over. It's going to be easy to make this game a bigger game than that, but really that put us in a horrible spot to where when you're on the road and you give them the momentum like that, 2 defensive touchdowns, times we're getting momentum and they're punching the ball free and they're getting the ball, it's tough to come back from that. And so it's as simple as that. I'm not saying there's not a lot we need to clean up in all phases, but that made the game really ugly and it was hard to come back from. And again, we just need to fundamentally clean some stuff up, be better with our ball security. And this is 1 loss. We got 17 games. Don't let this game beat us twice in terms of our preparation this week. And what the negativity is going to be, that exists. We put that on ourselves. And so we just got to do a great job sticking together, battling. And again, unbelievable stage to go on next week if we want to prove who we are.
Did you think that Mason having 116 yards was because the damn time?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, the second half, some of those things started to break. We got to be better, obviously. We weren't sustaining great drives on offense. That was keeping our defense off the field. Even the turnovers were drives we were creating. But again, we're turning it over as soon as we cross the 50, so we're not giving them a lot of time off over there. So again, collectively, we didn't do enough as a team. Defensively, we didn't get any turnovers. We punched one ball out. We didn't recover it. So, again, we've got to be better there.
Did it feel like you were close to getting some momentum when it was 17-3?
Yeah. I mean, 17-3, it's not a great situation to be in, but when you get the ball to start the second half, you just need to create some momentum for yourself going into the half, and there's plenty of opportunity there. That's not the way it unfolded. And so, again, we got to correct the things we can control.
When that happens in such an unusual end to a half, what's halftime even like?
Well, you just get the guys up and say, we're realistic about the situation where we're at. Doesn't mean we can't come out and put pressure on them and try to score some points, make it a 17-point game, and all of a sudden they start tightening up, and you never know what can happen. They can make bad decisions with the ball. That's not the way it played out. We didn't do enough as a team, and so we have to own this loss collectively.
What happened with Reisner's injury, and was he available?
Yeah, calf. I think he could have been available. I'm not certain on that, but at that point we made the switch. He's got a hand, so we'll see where that goes. And Noah had a concussion.
Zac, it's the worst loss in franchise history. Is there, or can you put your finger on why maybe you weren't as sharp as you were with some of the stuff that
Turnovers. I mean, I don't know how clearly I can say the 5 turnovers put you in a horrible spot. 4 of them in the first half, 2 of them for touchdowns. So that's going to lead to a lot of historical issues. When you have 2 that suck the momentum right out of you when you're in scoring position and they get 14 points out of it without their offense having to walk on the field, that's a blow to the gut. And the score is going to be ugly when that happens. Usually when there's 1 turnover for a touchdown, on the road it's tough, 2 is tough. But again, just 3 more on top of that. I mean, our guys, I don't feel like it took the wind out of our sails. I mean, it's a blow, and it's hard to get yourself up, but our guys kept responding and trying to put ourselves in a position. I didn't see guys quit. It was just a tough all-around loss, and we're all going to have to own it.
how did Jake do in your mind?
Yeah, we got to protect the ball, number one. That was, we came into this game, we got to protect the ball. So he had 2 turnovers. And then we'll watch the tape and assess from there. I thought he did a great job managing the pre-snap operation. That was significant going into this game, getting us into the right call, getting the protection calls, operating within the clock. I thought he did a great job managing that. And we'll watch the tape and make an assessment where it is. But, again, nobody was good. Nobody can say I played great, man. I did everything I could to support Jake and do my part. There's none of us that are going to be able to say that. And so that's on all of us. Okay, thank you.